Hello! Did you know that Brazil was once invaded by UFOs and they are neighbors with the European Union? Do you know where the name Favela comes from? I'm sure many curiosities on this list are things you've never heard of or had no idea about. But here we are to show you 12 curiosities about Brazil that you might not know. Feel free, grab your soda, because I'm sure you'll be hooked on the entire video. But before that, start leaving your like and subscribing, because we're going to deliver a dozen curiosities. 12. The Night of UFOs. The official Night of UFOs occurred on the night of May 19, 1986, when several unidentified flying objects were recorded in Brazil's airspace. The records occurred in the states of São Paulo, Goiás, Rio de Janeiro, and Paraná. About 21 UFOs were detected by Sindacta radars. The UFOs were sighted by dozens of witnesses, civilians, and military personnel. 5 Brazilian Air Force fighters were activated to intercept the supposed invaders. According to the pilots, the multicolored points were able to perform maneuvers such as hovering static in the sky, flying in zigzag, making a right-angle turn, changing color, trajectory, and altitude, and reaching speeds up to 15 times that of sound. This event is considered a milestone in Brazilian ufology. 11. Best beach in the world. Sancho Bay, located in the archipelago of Fernando de Noronha in Pernambuco, Brazil, was elected the best beach in the world to travel in 2023. This clear water bay is located west of Morro dos Irmãos and east of Dolphin Bay. The beach is isolated, covered by native vegetation, and limited by a high cliff where birds build their nests. Access to Sancho Bay can be done in 2 ways, by sea or by land. Land access involves descending a vertical staircase with 208 steps embedded in the middle of a rock. To reach the staircase, it is necessary to go to the entrance of the Fernando de Noronha Marine National Park for Sancho Bay. 10. The size of Brazil. Brazil, the 5th largest country in the world in territorial extension, has an area of 8,514,876 km², being surpassed only by Russia, Canada, the United States, and China. To illustrate its magnitude, Brazil is almost the same size as Oceania and slightly smaller than Europe. About 121 of the 192 countries in the world would fit inside it. In addition, some Brazilian states, such as Amazonas and São Paulo, are larger than many countries, being comparable in size to Mongolia and the United Kingdom, respectively. Bahia, in turn, is just a little smaller than France. And not to mention that the city of Natal in Rio Grande do Norte is closer to Africa than to Acre. 9. Japanese community. Did you know that the largest Japanese community outside of Japan is in Brazil? With more than 1.6 million descendants. Approximately 80% of these descendants reside in the state of São Paulo. Japanese immigration to Brazil began in 1908. The Liberdade neighborhood in the city of São Paulo is known as the largest stronghold of the Japanese community in the capital, which houses the largest Japanese colony in the world outside of Japan. Japanese culture is very popular in Brazil, with numerous Japanese festivals held in all Brazilian regions. This large community is a reflection of the strong relationship between Brazil and Japan, which extends for more than a century, and continues to influence Brazilian culture, gastronomy, and economy. 8. Agro. Brazil is an agricultural giant, being the world's largest producer of soybeans, the largest producer and exporter of sugar and coffee, and one of the largest producers of corn. In addition, the country leads the export of beef, Brazil also has significant production of rice, cotton, orange juice, and a variety of fruits. This diversity of agricultural production is a reflection of the country's vast territory, which allows for different types of cultivation. Brazilian agriculture is a driving force in the country's economy and plays a crucial role in feeding the world. Brazil's diversified agricultural production is a testament to its varied climate, fertile soils, and intensive use of technology in agriculture. 7. Population. The population of Brazil, according to IBGE, is about 203,756 people. This places Brazil as the sixth most populous country in the world. To visualize this number, imagine that if each person in Brazil were to watch a game at Maracanã, we would have to hold about 2,576,000 games. In addition, the population of Brazil is larger than the sum of the populations of all European Union countries. However, this population is unevenly distributed across the Brazilian territory, with a higher concentration in the southeast and northeast regions. To give you an example, the state of São Paulo has a population of more than 44 million people, which represents almost 22% of the country's population. It would be relatively the entire population of Argentina. On the other hand, the smallest population is the state of Roraima, which gives 0.30% of the total population of Brazil. 6. Brasileiro. The origin of the term brasileiro in Portuguese is truly fascinating and unique. This is what Brazilians born in Brazil call themselves. Unlike other national adjectives in the Portuguese language, such as inglês, Português, or Japonês, the term brasileiro does not follow the same logic. The suffix eiro, often associated with professions in the Portuguese language, such as carteiro, which means mailman, engenheiro is an engineer, ferreiro is a blacksmith. It is used to refer to people who were born in Brazil. Originally, the word brasileiro was a term used to describe those who worked with Brazil wood, the native wood of the country. During the colonial period, this term was used to identify these workers. However, it was Friar Vicente do Salvador who first began to use brasileiro to refer to someone born in Brazil. Therefore, being brasileiro carries a historical connotation that goes beyond simple nationality. 5. Snake Island. Queimada Grande Island, also known as Snake Island, located about 35 kilometers off the coast of São Paulo, is famous for its high density of snakes, especially the Jararaca ilhoa. The island is uninhabited, and access is restricted to environmental analysts and authorized scientists. It is estimated that there are between 2,000 to 4,000 of these snakes on the island. The density of snakes varies, with about 5 snakes per square meter in the core of the island. The island is considered one of the most dangerous places in the world, due to the large number of venomous snakes. In addition, the island has no source of drinking water, and the temperature is very high. 4. Helicopters. São Paulo, the largest city in Brazil and the 4th largest in the world, is also home to the largest fleet of private helicopters on the planet. With more than 400 helicopters making whopping 500 takeoffs and landings daily, the sky of São Paulo is a constant buzz of activity. This fleet of helicopters reflects the dynamics and fast pace of urban life in the metropolis. They are used for a variety of purposes, from executive transport to emergency services, demonstrating the versatility and efficiency of these incredible machines. São Paulo's helicopter fleet is a testament to Brazil's innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. 3. Favelas. The origin of the term favela dates back to the War of Canudos, a historical conflict that occurred in Bahia. The word favela was used to name a local plant, the Jatropha philicantha, also known as wild cassava. After the end of the war, veterans who returned to Rio de Janeiro built their homes on Morro da Providência. This place came to be called favela, possibly due to the geographical similarity with Canudos, or as a remembrance of the victory against the followers of Antonio Conselheiro. Over time, the term favela evolved to describe groupings of precarious dwellings, initially on hills and later in other urban areas. Therefore, the word favela, which initially referred to a plant and a specific location, came to represent a complex and multifaceted urban phenomenon. 2. Largest flag in the world. The Praça dos Três Poderes in Brasília houses an impressive monument, the largest flag flown in the world. With 100 meters in height, the flag mast is a landmark recognized by the Guinness Book. The flag, with an area of 286 square meters, is a symbol of pride and national unity. Every first Sunday of the month, a special ceremony occurs. This event, established by the federal constitution, brings together Brazilians and tourists. The flag is a constant reminder of Brazilian identity, visible from afar and waving to the sky. It represents the diversity and cultural richness of Brazil, each color and symbol telling a part of the country's history. 1. Brazil, neighbor of Europe. Did you know that Brazil borders the European Union? So, French Guiana, an overseas department of France, shares a border of 730 km² with Brazil, making Brazil the country that borders France the most. And with that, there is a bridge that connects Mercosul with the European Union. The Franco-Brazilian Binational Bridge, inaugurated in 2017, facilitates land crossing between the two countries. Interestingly, there are bus routes between Brazil and French Guiana, creating a unique land connection between France and Brazil. Therefore, it can be said that there is a bus line between France and Brazil. These unusual connections highlight the complexity and uniqueness of geopolitical and geographical relations between countries. So, how many curiosities about Brazil did you not know? Which one did you stop and think, I can't believe this? Comment here which ones they were and tell us which country you want to know. More different curiosities like this. Thank you very much for watching here. Don't forget your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. This helps us a lot, and it makes us want and strength to continue delivering sensational videos like this. Thank you very much, and see you next time.